First off, I want to say I'm sorry that I'm so late with this one. There's been a lot going on in my life between testing and moving, so YouTube had to take a break. And since we're about to go into a month of no chapters as Clamp takes their own break, I figured it's the perfect time to do a double chapter episode, so I'll be covering chapter 11 and 12 in this little wrap-up. Let's start with chapter 11. We follow the same pattern that all chapters have followed so far. Coming off a chapter where we had a card appear, chapter 11 is establishing the setup for the next big capture and also some more world building. Sakura meets Akiho on her way to school and discovers that Akiho resides in the same house that Ariel lived in. A house that in the anime was demolished in the second movie. The anime is going to have to fix that. Akiho invites Sakura to visit the house the following Sunday, which she accepts, and come Sunday, she and Tomoyo arrive and meet Yuna D. Kaito. He serves as Akiho's butler and guardian, and has apparently done so for some time, and Akiho seems to feel guilty about this. After tea, Akiho takes them to her library to show off her family's collection of books, claiming that they are the result of her family's travels throughout the world, and this is only a small part of it. She also drops the very interesting detail that she came to Japan to obtain a certain book. A book that she doesn't mention by name, but I can only think of one certain book that you can only find in Japan and would certainly be a one-of-a-kind addition to a collection. A convenient opportunity for Akiho to leave presents itself, leaving Sakura and Tomoyo alone to investigate Sakura's detection of a new card, which leads us right into chapter 12. Sakura and Tomoyo discover a row of books that appear to be incomplete, but it's revealed that this is the work of a new clear card, the Lucid, which grants the power of invisibility. Like Action, invisibility seems like an obvious power left out of the original Cloud deck, so it's very cool to see it here. After stealing the card, Akiho returns carrying a mysterious book, Alice and the Land of Clocks, an Alice in Wonderland spin-off fanfiction written in an unknown language, though it could be Hylian if you look close enough. And lastly, we move on to the thing that everyone has been waiting for, the date with Sakura and Shaoran, and the long-awaited bento scene. Is it everything we dreamed of? Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, they go on a date at a botanical garden and they have bento and Shaoran says it's good. All checkboxes are ticked. Right on cue to ruin the magic though, there is more magic, and we close chapter 12 with a mysterious whirlwind. And we already caught the gale, so what is this supposed to be? Now, I've been saying all along that Akiho is the cloaked figure, but I think it's fairly clear at this point. She mentioned that she's in Japan looking for a book and something else. We already know what the something else is. It's the key that the cloaked figure so desperately wants. The Cloud book will probably come later. Exactly why she wants the book is still up to speculation, but it would be interesting if she wants it purely for collection, like that guy from the Pokemon movie. But I'm guessing that if Akiho is magical herself, there is more reason why she would want a magic book. At my panel at Kawaii Kon, link in the description, we discussed the possibility that the clear cards are an attempt to recreate the Cloud book by someone else. And if that someone else is Akiho, then maybe she's decided nothing is better than the genuine article. Moving on, Yuna D. Kaito, or as I like to call him, Akiho's Yue, is a new element that is no doubt important. You can tell at the very least because just look at that snazzy watch he's got. Looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? It matches the ones from Sakura's dreams, and the clock designs on the book Akiho shows off. Clocks seem to be a motif for this new antagonist entity, and it may lend more credence to the idea that Akiho is some sort of time traveler. Looking at our new cards, we've properly gained 2 cards in these chapters, having now learned what Record does exactly. Sakura uses the Record to take full 3D pictures of herself, revealing at least the basics of Record's power. This might be something she'll be able to use later on, not only to record people, but to record and replay entire scenes, maybe for distraction or for decoys or something. Heck, I'd use it to record lectures and play them back for extra study. The other card, Lucid, which refers to clarity, brings the power of invisibility to Sakura's magical toolkit. As I said before, the power of invisibility seems like an obvious ability that should have been in the original deck, considering all the oddball and useless cards it had in it. But the manga has righted that little oversight, it seems. One other interesting note is that the design of Lucid looks somewhat like curtains, which gives me an invisibility cloak from Harry Potter kind of vibe. Another point brought up in the discussion at Kawaii Kon is that many of these cards seem to be utility focused, definitely more like mechanical tools than spirits and elementals that the original Cloud cards were made of. Butterflies also keep popping up in their motif in contrast to the bird and angel wing designs common in the Cloud cards, which still makes me think that Ariel also has some minor role in these new cards. Maybe the person who is making these new cards based on Cloud's designs also took a peek at Ariel's notes. Lastly, I don't always do this, but I want to take some time and gush over the art design and outfits in these chapters. Clamp always drew great outfits for their characters, but I really like the ones they put in these chapters. Sakura and Tomoyo's Sunday casual is noteworthy, and so is Akiho's simple design. And Kaito looks spiffy rocking the butler look, not to mention his reasonably sized shoulders. We've definitely come a long way since Toya's early manga days, and that was always a hang-up I had about Clamp's art style back in the day, and I'm glad to see that Kaito looks more natural. I also want to point out Sakura and Shaoran's date outfits and say quite plainly that I wish everyone dressed like this instead of how people casually dress. Why can't we all live in Clamp World? I would like people more if everyone dressed like this. I would like myself more if I had more of a closet like this. And moving away from clothes, my favorite other design is Videophone Yue. He is always drawn so chibi and so 100% not interested in everything. I love him. I need this Yue as an avatar for something. And that is it for chapter 11 and 12. Sorry again about the wait, but unfortunately we'll have to wait another month for the next chapter because, as I said in the beginning, Clamp is taking a month off. I'll see you all in July for another chapter video and hopefully sooner with some other museum related videos. Until then, thank you for watching, remember your YouTube stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye!